I'm not making hiking gear videos anymore. That's the premise of the video. But I want to explain why. I want to give some context and also want to show you around. So we're going to go for a little hike and I'm going to explain everything that's been happening over the last few months, why I deleted my last video, why I'm not making hiking gear videos anymore, and I'm going to tell you what I am going to be making. It's definitely one of those mornings where not entirely sure what to wear. Like, it's a beautiful winter sunny day in Spain, but it's still a little bit fresh in the air. Welcome back to Olive. She's still going strong. But we're going to park the van here and go for a little wander, show you some of Monsterart, give you the whole backstory. So this is actually the Camino de Santiago. So I could follow this trail all the way to the very west of Spain, to the terminus of one of the greatest long distance walks in the world. And one of my clients, Stella Hikes, you might know her from YouTube. She just completed the Camino de Santiago Frances, and so it's kind of inspired me to do it one day. If you were to start the Camino de Santiago from, let's say, your front doorstep, if you lived in Barcelona like I do, on maybe day 2 or 3, you would be here. It is so beautiful, so incredibly unique. So I think my next through hike is going to be the Camino de Santiago, and I'll do it from my doorstep. So that's going to be thousands of miles probably, and a long journey, but fairly flat, not too intense in terms of vertical ascent and descent. But wow, just being out here this morning in this perfect weather, I'm just imagining what it's like to be on trail and to feel that freedom of a really light pack. Again, wow, look at this. Look at that shit. Hoo, hoo, hoo. So that's the goal. The goal for me is to always to do more hiking, but I have to be useful in the world. I don't just want to hike. I don't just want to tell stories either. I want to give useful information. And that's how this channel started. But it actually started by accident. You might be thinking, well, how did you start a YouTube channel by accident? You can't just do that. Well, this is how it happened. I was a personal trainer, or I was calling myself one. I was fresh out of college, and not like good American college. I'm talking like Australian vocational community college. Mainly I was working with people who wanted to get fit for a trek in the Himalayas, and that's what I did. So I started recording these videos in order to send those videos to clients. So I would say, do 50 reps of this squat or this lunge or whatever. And that's how it started. But the thing is, it was an oversight. This whole channel was an accident. What I failed to realize, because I've got the tech skills of an early primate, was that the videos were public when they should have been unlisted. And so randoms, you maybe, started watching these exercise videos, and then I eventually made one about trekking poles, and overnight I had a couple of thousand views. And I thought, hey, well, this is a great way to start getting more clients. So I made more videos, and I made more videos, and I started to make videos about gear because those videos did really well, and it just continued to go very well. But it wasn't until I moved here to Spain when shit really kicked off, because when I moved here, I had very little language skills. I had no job prospects here at all. So I just started making videos every week with the aim of helping people. And that's all I've really ever wanted to do. So I certainly never intended to become a YouTuber. And I guess I got to this point this year where I was like, why am I making videos? Especially about gear. The last video I posted, which was about this little mattress air pump. And I actually thought that was fine. But the thing is, they sent me a prototype. To be honest, the prototype was kind of falling apart. Get 25 charges, then I think it'll be a good product. But you need to fix that. That sucks. But I made the video anyway, and I put it out, and I said to them, look, send me the real one when it's actually finished. The whole thing felt bad to me. It got terrible views. There was lots of people with customer service issues, and I was like, fuck this. I'm going to delete that video, and I am just done making hiking gear videos. Now, the other reason why is because I'm honestly not that interested in gear. I never have been. I'm not that knowledgeable in it. There are so many other great hiking YouTubers that know a lot about gear, who get really into the technical details. For me, it's just not my thing anymore. This whole channel has been based from the start on mind, body, and gear. And the only reason I started to make gear videos is because I knew that gear would get views and it would pull people into my world, and I could start to educate them about their own bodies. But now I've got 5,000 subscribers. I don't need to pull people in, so I need to stop this. I need to actively stop myself from making gear videos and not be attracted to the views, and I see that really as a distraction.
See, again, that just comes off. That's shit.
Pulling away my time and effort and my brain power, when in reality I think it actually doesn't matter that much. I go out with people that have very cheap basic gear. I go out with cheap basic gear sometimes, and it gets the job done just fine, you know? So I really don't think gear is that important, quite frankly, and I just don't want to talk about it much. So I guess you could say what happened is that I lost sight of what's important. And it feels really good, honestly, to firstly to tell you this, but also to make this decision for myself, knowing that it's the right thing for me and my channel. It's the right thing for my headspace, for my purpose, for how I want to drive humanity forward, and that is to keep people active, to get them out, get them back into the mountains without experiencing things like knee pain, hip pain, foot pain, fatigue, breathing issues, low energy, this kind of stuff. And a lot of that is very individual. You watching this video right now have very unique circumstances in your body. I used to share exercise routines and like fitness workouts, but the reality is that that's not going to work for every single person. Each person is individual. But what does work for every single person, at least so far with everyone that I've worked with one-on-one, is improving people's breathing. So I'm going to be making a lot of videos, as many as I can, on the in-depth science behind respiration and how improving your everyday breathing patterns automatically improves your fitness. And in fact, if you were to have a dysfunctional breathing pattern and to push yourself really hard in fitness, there is going to be a limit placed on your ability simply because you have a dysfunctional breathing pattern. And it's the first time really that I've had 100% confidence in being able to talk about something that I know is going to be beneficial to almost everyone who is watching my channel. And that wasn't the case in the past. So I want to talk in more detail about how functional breathing relates to hiking and how you can improve your hiking simply by following the breath and breathing nose, light, slow, and deep. So the information that I'm going to be sharing is mostly pulled from my education through the Oxygen Advantage Advanced Breathing Instructor training. You know, if you want to go deeper into this, there's thousands of hours of YouTube videos on their channel which describe the science behind functional breathing. All of this stuff is available in my membership, but I want to go into greater detail here and start sharing it because I truly believe, and I have seen to believe, how powerful this stuff can be if you work on it regularly. There are so many other people who are much smarter than me that are driving this force of progress to understand things like fatigue, joint pain, muscular imbalances, breathing issues, and so lately I've been spending even more of my time going into them, and that's what I want to share with you here. So there are so many systems. I've tried many of them and they just keep getting better and better, but they also start getting more complex. So here I want to kind of dumb it down and keep it fairly simple, fairly specific to hiking as well. I really enjoy making videos and sharing things, but what I've realized is that posting exercises or posting workouts is just really not that helpful to the individual people. What I need to be spending more time on is getting people accountable. And that's why I'm spending way more of my time working on my own personal system, my own method, but also keeping people accountable with coaching, working with a lower number of people, giving them all of my attention as much as I can, and then giving them a system that they can follow. And that's what I'm building. That's what I'm putting all of my time into. And for me, that is so much more valuable than making videos about gear, especially when everyone else is already doing it. Let me take a quick break to appreciate this incredible mountain of Monsterart, which is basically a riverbed of this conglomerate rock that got all squished together and raised up, and then slowly over time it had all been eroded into 700 different peaks. This place is absolutely phenomenal. It's right on my doorstep. If you ever have a chance to come to Barcelona, it's only 45 minutes away. Easily one of the most beautiful places in Spain. And so something else I started working on recently is building a bit of a community here in Barcelona. And a friend of mine, Jake, who's an osteopath, we got together and we started talking about maybe having a group of people doing breath training in the morning down at the beach. Now, that was about a year and a half ago, and now every Wednesday we have about 250 to 300 people coming down to the beach to do a qigong, to do breath work, to do meditation, and we have a cold dip. Then we all hug and we make friends and we make connections, and we also started running retreats. So recently we had a men's retreat. I had the best time. I would have done this for free because I had so much fun. We go up to the Pyrenees to spend like 3.5 days. And again, yeah, we did breath work, cold exposure. We do some fitness stuff. We go for a hike and we do some other secret stuff that I can't disclose in this video for terms of service reasons. So anyway, I've been keeping pretty busy with other stuff and I love making videos and I'll continue to do it, but this is really what's going to change. So it's not like I'm going on a massive hike today or anything, but I just wanted to come and show you this spot. I made like a little shrine here and it's kind of where I like to sit and hang out and have some quiet time. So I wanted to share this spot with you. So this is it. Come here sometimes and just sit here and enjoy the silence and balance rocks and look at the mountain. Do a little bit of breathing, do a little bit of meditation. I live a pretty good life. So that video I made with Patrick, I really think it's probably one of the most important videos that I've made on my channel. So I'll leave it here for you to go and watch now. And I will see you next time. I don't know when it will be, but soon enough, I'll see you on the summit.